Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning. Damn it, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Well, okay, let's get into it. Yes, Russell to Pittsburgh is real. It's legit. It will be official by when the clock turns 12:01 on Wednesday. Um, well, Mad Monday, y'all. Cousins is officially going to be a free agent. Um, Looking like his price tag is going to be that 90 million he been squawking at. Um, but with all this happening, to me, the comments that Raheem made concerning Desmond Ritter on Saturday um, tells me that there's quite possibly, going to be a lot of mad individuals um, come training camp. The first quarterback that he expresses to work with and put in position to be the best version of himself he can be at the quarterback position. And the name that he calls is Desmond Ritter. Not a free agent, not a draft pick, but Desmond Ritter. Hmm. Let that sink in. It is what it is. Russ is going to pit. I don't see us forking over $100 million to Kirk Cousins. I don't. I don't. I don't. In what sense does it make to use up draft capital to even remotely possibly move up, let alone use the pick where it is on a quarterback who's basically, 4 years behind, what I'm saying, the one that you have now, who's in a better position to catch up in his craft and be your number one guy. We sat here and we watched them put this coaching staff together. They brought in five people to hone, teach, groom, intellectualize, and put in place at the quarterback position. Five. You have a guy that's played 18 games, and in those 18 games, out of those 18 games, five or six of them he's thrown for 300 yards or more. He's had some very good fourth quarters. Just get into some detail stuff, and you know what I'm saying. Get into from a mental aspect, knowing what you see and see what you know. I think the boogeyman is going to be the guy next season, y'all. I think Saturday, Raheem Morris told us who our quarterback is going to be on next season. I really do. With that comment, with that article, with that conversation, with that interview, I think he told us Desmond is going to be our starter on next year because
Next time I go after Kirk, they say they won't.
I don't see us having the money for Kirk Cousins, and you know what I'm saying because we got too much to do on defense. I mean, but
They were
if we gonna throw away $90 million guarantee on the ruptured Achilles, I mean, ain't nothing we could really do about that. But
Kirk Cousins is heavy in the conversation.
you know, but this is. And no, I'm not. I'm not mad. Just like I wasn't mad about the hiring of Raheem Morris, I was disappointed because of what the possibility that could have been with Bill Belichick. It's the same here. I'm not mad about what I'm saying, Russ not coming here. It just seemed like the the smarter and more cost effective idea and option. But we're in the soup right now. Um, I mean, only those guys in that office, Brian Peoples, I believe the guy's name is, and Terry Frontno and Raheem Morris, with the financial aspect and where we are actually are with our money and cap situation. So I guess the next 72 hours to a week, I mean, we're going to get answers to everything that we need to have answers to as far as this goes. Real quick, Anthony, good morning. Pole position. Wyatt Carson, what's good? Good morning, Sonya. Hey, Auntie. Anthony Savigny, what's good? What's good? What's good? Um, me personally, as far as this Kirk Cousins situation, and I mean, and if it's gonna come to fruition, uh, he's a serviceable quarterback, but I would not put money into a ruptured Achilles. I'm my that's a monkey wrench in my thought process, But hey, if he puts on a Falcon uniform, he's a Falcon. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way that's gonna roll. You know, look, 44 years, 45 years as a Falcon fan. Um, I am about the logo. Okay, and I'm about everything that has been behind our logo. So if Kirk Cousins puts on a Falcon uniform, if Kirk Cousins becomes a Dirty Bird, there's not gonna be no wishing of failure for him to get out of here like some of y'all do. You know what I'm saying? In certain aspects, you know what I'm saying. I am a Falcon guy, have been since I was 13 years old. Okay, if you wore a Falcon uniform, I rooted for you. So to ask me, you know what I'm saying, what I feel about it, if we have some kind of way to get him in him, you know what I'm saying, on whatever kind of deal, and he's our quarterback, then he's our quarterback. He's an Atlanta Falcon. Okay. Now when he gets here, just like everybody else, he gonna have to perform. The question is, when we sign him, when are we going to see him? That's the biggest question right there. You know what I'm saying? And that now, Matt will probably submit his papers after this season, and, because honestly, it's kind of a petty reason, and especially when he has a shot to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He don't want to go in the same class with Tom Brady. You know, Blake Newsom, what's good? Falcon for life. I see. That's the thing. Achilles, whether ruptured or torn, slightly torn, or complete. That's a 2-year thing, man. And I understand the advancements in sports medicine and surgeries and whatnot where we come, but I mean you're still talking about a year and a half, right? And let's not forget, okay, Kurt is what, 30 what? How old is Kurt? Somebody hit me with that. Tell me how old Kurt is. What's up, Southside? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you factor in his age, you know what I mean, as well. I mean, okay, perfect example. Perfect example. Aaron Rodgers. What happened to Aaron Rodgers last season? At the beginning of the year. What happened? Okay, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm that that's my concern. Now we I will say this about, you know what I'm saying, some parts of our staff, especially our training staff. We have one of the better training staffs in the NFL. I would give you I would say this about our organization. We do. We do. Shit, he's 36. Oh my God. Okay. You know, I mean, shit. Hell, we if a Kirk Cousins thing happens, this may be week 8 before we see him, unless they know something that we don't know about the situation. Charles B, thanks for the info. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, Blake. Now we're Auntie. Now we're in X Factor talk. Cause see, now I believe. Yeah, I mean, because Carson Wentz's name has been popping up in a lot of conversations. Um, that would be a strong possibility at this point. A strong one, a very, 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 very strong one. Um, for someone who's needing a start over a fresh start, someone who's needing a staff to support him, you know what I'm saying, and give him a chance. Carson Wentz, eh, you know what I'm saying, especially with giving a second to last chance, that would be a good possibility. Um, Charles B says that Cousins may go to Denver. But is that what you think that would that be Sean Payton calling? You know, hey Christy, you know what I'm saying? Would that be Sean Payton calling? Because I think Sean Payton wants a quarterback of his own to groom, like he did with Drew Brees. A complete handshake fit. Um, I mean, but hey, it strongly it is what it is. Now we get into the nitty gritty, Auntie. Speak on it. Speak on it. Christian said, I will keep saying that the Falcons have been very tight lipped, and I won't be surprised if none of the speculations are selected. And that's what I was speaking on to begin with, because like I said, you know what I'm saying, with the little interview, little pressure that he had over the weekend, and the little documented, you know, article with him saying, what he thought about Desmond Ritter, and being excited about being able to get to work with him and helping him be the best version of himself that he could be as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? In this league for this team, and with all of what's happening this morning and all, those words are blaring real loud right now. Really, 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 really loud right now. Antonio Holloway, yeah, it's a good thought. Um, Blake says, if we sign Kurt, you pretty much need to go out and sign Minshew as well in case that Achilles isn't ready. He's the backup quarterback you want nowadays. Make Ritter really, bro. Really? Um, And that may be true, Falcons for life. Ah, Darren, good morning. Good morning, Darren. What up, John? Ah, and that right there, I mean, because they still got to give Russell his 37. They 30 that's 37 million guaranteed that they got to give him. They could void or whatsoever reconstruct to the front to pay it out, but 37 million is what they got to give Russell. And you're right. How much sense would it make? But I mean, like I said, I don't think Cousins to Denver. It doesn't look nor sound like Sean Payton. It doesn't. Ghost Peppers. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I was about to bring him up next too, Ghost. Jacoby Brissett, you know what I'm saying, who's flying under the radar. I've seen Brissett play at an above average level for a sustained period of time on multiple teams. Yes, that is true. That is a fact. That is and truth in itself, Ghost. It is. The teams in Atlanta sports market have been used for leverage a time or two before. That is true, Blake. That is true. Ladies and gentlemen, all eyes, all 35 eyes that are on this program, hit that like button. I mean, and if you like what you're listening to or what you're looking at, you know what I'm saying, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you think it's that entertaining and informative, share it, please, and thank you. This has been your boy, OG Big Sam, with the promotion of OGN TV. You know what I'm saying? So subscribe to your boy. I'm trying to get to 200 subs, y'all. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And get on the pro level of podcasting. Thank you very much. Todrick Davis, what's good? Hey man, I'm wavering in this news. We got a lot of things going on this morning, a lot of movement, and a lot being talked about. Kind of sort of trying to watch the money, if you will. And see, I think I don't I think Heineke's time is done because I think they have a target on defense that they're gonna have to make some space for if they do anything legitly in free agency. That's what I think. Yeah, I was just saying that, but saying they got 38. It's 38 million. While he played for another AFC team. Yeah, Denver is in dismay right now. Yeah, it's true. Um, well, part of that problem is you hired Sean Payton. And that threw your whole situation into a tailspin. You was on the hook for what I'm saying with Russell. He blew that all up on the water with his character assassination, campaign throughout the year. Um, and from what I understand, he kind of rubbed a lot of the guys in that locker room the wrong way. That's why Judy's up out of there, and a couple other guys. So right now, Denver got to mix it and fix it. Michael Walker, what's good? And that may be a strong possibility. Yeah, exactly, Blake. I think but they're not gonna do it until until they get to that phase of where they want to be to, make a certain particular move. Like I said, I honestly, I think whatever we do, in free agency is going to be from a defensive perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I think if we do have a high value target, that cut is going to be one of the first to signify that. You know, and it it is not an absolution, an apocalyptic absolution. You know what I'm saying? On the perspective of Desmond Ritter, a lot of people make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? But it isn't. Um, because if you take away the turnovers and you know what I'm saying on last season, um, you have a pretty good top 15 quarterback season. You know what I'm saying? You dial those turnovers, you know what I'm saying, back. Um, and then you give him a verifiable look at the multitude of defenses that he's going to face again, in homework. Because for the most part, you know what I'm saying, he saw a lot of 3-4 mixes, nickels, you know what I'm saying, um, you know, from a lot of very good defensive coordinators. You know, you're gonna have to take a look at his decision making, in his throws in certain aspects, his decision making on to run or not run. You know what I'm saying? His pocket awareness, his footwork. All of that. They brought in 5 people of a coaching nature at the quarterback position. 5. When you're closer to putting together a competitive playoff contending defense, um, to be honest, I think we're going to totally run it back. And I know that's not a lot. That's not the popular opinion, but I think that on the level of, I mean, now especially after those most recent comments on Saturday by Raheem Morris, I truly believe from the quarterback and defense, we're gonna run it back. Okay. Now that right there, we're at an interesting crossroads with that right there. Back and forth. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I think AJ could quite possibly be a draft day trade piece. Well, during the combine run, we talked to an awful lot of cornerbacks. Not defensive back, not safety. No, no. We talked to a lot of cornerbacks. I'm just saying, let that sink in. Let's see, JD. I don't know why fans thought Russ was coming here when Terry said he wanted to be aggressive. Getting a QB, signing Russ didn't seem like an aggressive move. Did not seem like an aggressive move at all. Okay, hey, you have that. You have your perspective. Oh, hello. What in the world? Okay, hello. Can anybody hear me? Oh man, what is going on? What? All right. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I don't know what happened right now. What up, E? Mucho grande, what's good? Okay, I was trying to I'm in the middle of trying to make a point on something. Uh oh, Jay Diaz is not aggressive point of view on Russell Wilson. Eh, okay, I mean you may could probably want to call that. I guess that's because you don't like Russell, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Uh, let's see. Blake says, "Oh yeah, if he wasn't a turnover prone, he is a serviceable game manager, but that's way easier said than done." Uh, Charles B. I hate to say, really going to end up being the star. Hey, look and look at the way things are turning out, and look at what's being said. And yeah, that is true. You did. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I'm doing good, Todrick. Let's see. With Russ being off the table and you not wanting Fields or Cousins or a top three QBs, what's our direction now at quarterback? I think you see it. And like I've been saying, I think Raheem Morris told it on Saturday. He mentioned nothing about, you know what I'm saying, wanting to and being ready to work with one of these young quarterbacks. He said nothing, you know what I'm saying, to the point of, being ready to, work with this guy, that guy. He spoke of Desmond Ritter. He spoke, yep. He he spoke on Desmond Ritter, um and in saying that he was excited to you know help him and put him in a position to be the best version of himself he can be at quarterback. And like I said, contrary to the Atlanta fan base perspective of Desmond Ritter, um, Raheem saw, what most of us actual football fans saw, you know what I'm saying, with this. You dial down those those turnovers by 50%, and you have a top 15 quarterback season. Now, hilariously, the irony in all of this, is that most of you all have been out here getting on the stripper pole for one Justin Fields. you know. And it's funny how that is. You know what I'm saying? 3 years, and he has shown you absolutely no reason outside of running, but has shown you no reason to want to go out there and get in the Brinks truck and remotely put that thing in gear and put it and point it in the direction of Justin Fields at all. I've watched this boy from Rome High School to the Chicago Bears. It was made one idiotic decision after another. Okay. Um, I mean, it has been 3 years of ineptness, and y'all got $39 million worth of excuses for him over spread it over 3 years. Doesn't really have 18 games. 18 games. 18 games. And y'all giving him the Ryan Leaf treatment. Okay. Well, I mean, according to Raheem Morris's comments on Saturday, y'all gonna be seeing a whole lot of Desmond Ritter. A whole lot. Auntie says Leonard Floyd would be a good pickup. Daniel Hunter is my wild card. Auntie, Daniel Hunter gonna cost too much. He's gonna cost too much. Okay, he hit on a lot of his incentives on this last contract. Yeah, he gonna be looking for Aaron Donald money. Daniel Hunter, him and Burns at the top of the are gonna be getting the lion's share in free agency. You know what I'm saying? D line money. I would love to have him, but he that's what he's gonna be looking for. Let's see. Man, that is a foregone conclusion. It has happened. They talking about it on ESPN right now, bro. It's pretty much a done deal. Now, unless we have a DeAndre Jordan Maverick situation right here with Russ and these Steelers, that dream is over with. You know. Now, between because I think because I believe I believe we are going to draft. It's to me it's looking like a couple of receivers, a cornerback, a safety, a linebacker, and maybe a couple of more O linemen is what the menu is going to include. You know what I'm saying, with the draft. That's what I believe. Doo-doo. Well, MC Blake says, well, when we got D offered Mike Hughes, Jeff Okuda, and Trey Flowers all hitting free agency, they need to be talking to all of the corners. And I think all of those guys will be back on team friendly deals. Because like I said last week, when you have a defense that respectfully were 1 and 2, respectfully at red zone, they were number 1 in red zone defense and number 2 in the NFL in third down defense. You got to run that back. You got to run those pieces back. And I think for the most part, all those guys want to be back. Wait a minute, okay. And my things, Keith No Sweat was good. Thank you for joining. Let's see. What happened to oh well, look, that whole situation in Pittsburgh. I look. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. You know, like I said, unless you're Peoples or Fortno or Maurice. as the financial point blank points, we don't know. And like I said, I said it about Cousins. I'm gonna say the same thing about Justin Fields as well. Yeah, y'all have heard me say all of what I've said about Justin Fields over this year. Um, but if for whatever reason the stars align and he is a Atlanta Falcon, I'm gonna root for him to be the best version of himself that could be possibly could happen, which means they're gonna have to be some reconstructive surgery. You know what I'm saying? Some player editing, uh, um, you know, and a whole mental understanding that you got to listen to the coach, you got to listen to the coach staff, and you got to operate within the parameters of pocket understanding and reading defenses, which means doing all the homework. Your athletic ability is not going to get you through this league, because if that's what you think, then you don't seem to understand that NFL stands for not for long when you out here doing Anthony Richardson type things. Now, just like Kirk Cousins, if he ends up, if Fields ends up in Atlanta Falcon uniform, I'm gonna root for him, and I'm gonna wish for him to, you know, wipe away all of the Vic-itis nightmares and be an actual quarterback. That's what I'll be wishing for him and this team. If that happens. See, I have to break it down and get people to understand. See, a lot of people think I have a personal disdain. No, I have an understanding for what I've seen from him and watching him since Rome High School. Oh, and by the way, hometown would mean Atlanta. That boy's from Kennesaw. Let's get politically correct with these things and assertions when y'all are making y'all cases for one Justin Fields to be an Atlanta Falcon. Okay, the boy's from Kennesaw. All right. He went to Rome High School. Turned up in Georgia. Could not beat Jake Fromm out for the starting position. And took his talents and his ball, went home, and then, you know, and took off to Ohio, where he joined Ohio State Buckeyes. That fast tracked him, you know what I'm saying, to being a number one pick. And the team that he got drafted by, he has taken them downhill on an avalanche to crash for these last 3 years. Do we have the coaching staff to fix what ails him as a quarterback in this league? I don't know. I don't think anybody can, you know, outside of maybe a Kubiak or a Belichick, you know, can fix, you know what I'm saying, him, or Andy Reid, and they don't need him. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you what I think about this young man and the possibilities. See, y'all are just hung up on his legs. The problem is him being an actual quarterback. See, y'all like to throw out the quarterback rules, you know what I'm saying, when it fits what you're trying to present as a narrative from the quarterback position. Well, you know, the biggest red flag I have with Justin Fields is that he has not made no one better. All of these athletic skills he got and has not once made now offensive unit, you know, teammate better. From rookie to second year to third year to this past year, has not made anyone better. That is not a good sign. Corey, good morning. And see, people would like to ignore that type of thing because they're ready to be entertained and be excited. You know what I'm saying? Because he got some wheels. Yeah, he got wheels. But when it comes down to reading and placing, you know what I'm saying, route sequences, to fit what you're calling against the defense that you're looking at and diagnose what they're doing to you. He cannot do that. Again, I asked, do we have the coaching staff that could change any of that? I don't know. I don't think so. And I believe in this coaching staff too. But the problems that this boy has, the deficiencies that he has, stop playing. Stop playing. When you have a commit at tight end and a DJ Moore, who is a top 10 receiver in this league, and you cannot get 10 wins. Oh, and we did the numbers on that defense the other night. Don't say, okay, that he didn't have no help on that team, because he did. We're talking about a guy that got sacked in the game 9 times. Got sacked in the game 6 times, 5 times last year. But y'all, that's all y'all are concerned about is that athletic ability. Clearly, that athletic ability does no good when you cannot read defenses. I didn't necessarily want to get on a Justin Fields conversation today. But the idiotic dichotomy of the Fields topic, and y'all dismiss things that you try to bury Desmond Ridder with. Y'all dismiss things for Justin Fields that you throw acid on Desmond Ridder with. I've seen this movie before. I've seen it before. And so has Off the Blank. Come on, people. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment is good. Excitement is good. But when it gets down to the verifiable X's and O's of a situation, we need someone who wants to win. We need a quarterback that wants to be a quarterback. We need a mature, head on his shoulders type of guy at quarterback that ain't gonna run to the owner because the coaching staff is trying to make him understand and be a better pocket awareness type of guy. When you are in the top 5 in the NFL in pocket time, and yet you are in the same top 5 category in most sack as a quarterback in this league, there is something wrong right there. The math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing. Now, let's see. Ghost Pepper said nothing Fields has put on tape with his arm is, say, good over even a few game stretch. Outside of a few more interceptions, none of his stats are even better than what Ridder has done. That's a fact. Those are fact. That's a fact, bro. That is a fact, Ghost. And mucho, yes, and yeah. The young man that backed up Bijan at Texas is one of the running backs in that backfield. Let's see. Darren says, I think it depends on what our plans are for Desmond. I'd sign Flacco if the young QB behind him has his type of playing style. If it's Ridder, for me, no. I think, there's a certain sentiment on this Cousins thing. Darren? I forgot about Flacco. If he out there and he's still trying to be, on the mark. I'm actually probably surprised that, that Cleveland wouldn't be trying to run him back with Flacco. Honestly, Auntie Arthur Smith and David gonna put Ritter in a bad like another false narrative. Ritter cost Arthur Smith's job. Arthur ego was his own downfall. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is pretty much it within itself. Um, I mean, we're in a situation right now, like okay, with Raheem Morris's, construction of his staff, a complete construction. It is a situation set up as to where they can, like he said in his comments and released on Saturday. I am looking forward to helping Desmond Ritter be the best version of himself as a quarterback for this team that he could be. I'm just saying, man. Just saying, boy. You know, Jay, fans really act like they have a say in who we target and who fits the city. With that little bit right there, Jay. Um, I get the, especially in Atlanta's situation. Um, I get the elephant in the room, if you will, on the demographics, if you will, and them wanting to have city fits. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't give a damn if he was Irish, okay, Japanese, Korean, Samoan, Hungarian. I wouldn't care if he can play the position, then play it and rep this team. Okay. The mindset for the most part of the demographical impact, if you will, is meaningless. I don't care what color, ethnicity, that the quarterback is or will be. If they can play it, if they can throw it, complete it, read it, lead it, I'm with it. You know, let me see. Corey said Fields is the next Terrell Pryor. Good luck with that. John, I agree with you there on Flacco. But it is getting narrowed down. Um, Look, we have a lot of positions to fill, especially on defense, and I think most of what is a necessity of filling parts on the offense will be taken care of in the draft. Um, and I wonderfully, truly believe it's not going to be as painful as most people think. But again, like I said from the beginning, I think Raheem Morris's comments on Saturday are ringing louder and louder, as these days go on. And I think, hey, suicide hotlines are going to be available. Um, I think THC sales are going to be at an all-time high in about a week. and some alcohol outlets will probably be, putting certain spirits on sale to help some of what's going to be wrong here in about a week or so. But hey, I, it is what it is. On that, and oh yeah, I don't know if you heard me, Auntie. What I said about I don't know. I think that was you. Um, that asked the question about Matt Ryan and his why has he submitted his retirement papers? No, he hasn't, and I don't think he's going to until after the year's over with. Because, and to some, it may be petty, but Matt Ryan does not want to go into the Hall of Fame, go in the Hall of Fame class with Tom Brady. That's just, yeah, no. Mm-mm. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I mean, if people keep asking the question, it was the obvious. It was the obvious answer to me. You know, Earl Thompson, thank you for joining. And let me check you out here. In my opinion, it's so frustrating that they never took the quarterback position seriously the last 3 years. Look, I'm not going to say the quarterback position wasn't taken seriously. I think there was a perfect storm of a lot of things that were going that I mean, y'all have to you see when you take hold of the situation from the start, all right, you all demanded we move on from Matt. Oh, we moved on from Matt. We traded Matt. Our dead cap situation slowed a lot of things. Slowed a lot of things. We were $115 million in dead cap at one point. It took 2 seasons to get out under that. Okay. Um, and you had a first time head coach, a third round pick, um, you know, honestly, I think both Ritter and Woodside were both good picks. I think it was the situation of a first time head coach learning how to be a head coach, making mistakes, which were going to happen. Everybody's situation is not like a Sean Payton. Everybody's situation is not like Sean McVay or a Mike Tomlin. When you transition, Lovey Smith, you know, um, I could sit here and name a lot of first time guys that were successful, and given their situations. Uh, Headache Gate, in my opinion, is what got Arthur fired. Um, and I think that we were still in a good position to evolve or trend upward, if you will. I will say this much about Raheem. He got a 5-year deal. Question is, will he be allowed to make mistakes? Because Arthur wasn't. Um, because truth be told about this team right here, right now, the cup is half full. I mean, because when you really look at it, Arthur did most of the heavy lifting. He did most of the dirty work. He did. I mean, you got a good subtle foundation, especially from the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? The running back room. It's a good situation. You know, The auntie said he's doing great in the broadcast booth with CBS. Hopefully, moving forward, we will improve our winning record when he announces Falcon game. Okay, yeah, you're talking about Matt. Um, oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, look, if you've noticed over the years when 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 Matt has been asked about the Super Bowl, asked about anything about Tom Brady, if you watch his facial expression, mm-mm, no, no, he wants no part of that. I mean, he has a good poker face, but you have to read Smack's eyes and listen to what he says. Oh yeah, because think about something. If it wasn't an issue, I mean, come on now. I mean, he's been in the backyard since his last game in Indy. He's been in the backyard with the ice cubes. He's been on these analysts saying panels and whatnot. He ain't looking to get back on the football field. And he's been hanging. He's been hanging out at Flowery Branch, kicking it with the guys and whatnot, and chilling and things of that nature. But why else would it be? Say at this point, I mean, his career is over with. And you look at certain conversations that he's had. Yes, he does not want to go into the hall in the same class as Tom Brady. You know, what I'm saying? He want to go where he can, you know, speak his piece on his career, speak his piece, what I'm saying, on his legacy, and it be heard. You know, just saying. It's the elephant in the room, so to speak. Now, if it were, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because he doesn't feel that way about Drew Brees. He doesn't feel that way about Joe Flacco. He doesn't feel that way about Aaron Rodgers. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And yeah, and I believe that too as well. I believe that too as well, Sweat. And let's see. Auntie says that says a lot when you have Dez running the quarterback room when he was the backup. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. He may have gave it hope, but I'm gonna tell you that situation in in Indy and Frank Wright and Jeff Saturday. Oh yeah, that took that hope and dropped a whole a whole dump truck of diarrhea doo doo on it. They brought it up in his broadcast debut about the New England Patriots loss in the Super Bowl, and he handled it with class. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. But you could tell even with that class, it was painful. It was angrily painful. John says, I agree, Sam. People thinking that Matt Ryan may come back for another year or yeah, yes. It's that's not happening. It's not. Look, all right, y'all. I hope I fed you with some pretty good info up. I hope I fed you with some pretty good points from this. Like I said, the next few days are going to be verifiably interesting. Um, and we'll be definitely on Wednesday on the 13th. Ain't it? Ain't it? Ain't it? Ain't that? Ain't that? Ain't yep? Ain't that? Yep. Wednesday the 13th. Hopefully we'll have some good, pretty good, signings to talk about, for the team. You know, Southside says, and also that year the Colts offensive line played the worst they've ever played, and Jonathan Taylor was hurt and his worst year. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Exactly. I'm just saying, people, when it all boils down, and you know, I'm just saying, there's a Tyrod Taylor, Jacoby Brissett, Carson Wentz, um, maybe one of them, or it may be a late quarterback pick. You know what I'm saying? Or they may, bring Logan Woodside in, back. You know, um, and they're gonna go forward with the boogeyman, aka DR9, aka White Lightning, light skin lightning. The light bulb with the good hair. Yeah. Hey, it's been good. Again, I said y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Love from the bottom of my heart. I love all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? For joining me, tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And it's Friday. Um, with this and sorry, don't do that. 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 You know what I'm saying? But I think that window will be tomorrow, son. Terry Lord, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Right? You come in here when the last biscuit just been sold. Look, I give you a quick 2 minute run back. Um, we discussed a little bit of Matt Ryan and his, turning in his retirement papers and the reason why he hasn't. Um, we gave Desmond Ritter some talk because of Raheem Morris's comments on Saturday. Um, we gave Justin Fields, some more talk like he needs any. We also gave, Russ some talk in his signing with Pittsburgh. And Kirk Cousins possibilities, Carson Wentz. The price tag on Daniel Hunter may be too high. Some would love for him to be here, but I think his price tag is going to be too high. We talked, we threw a little bit of shine on us talking to a lot of cornerbacks, during the combine show and, and all of that. Um, and we're rolling down the 0 hour, with free agency, and all things off season paperwork turn in structurals, that happens, in the chaos, that will be on Wednesday. Um, Bobby Boys on three. What's good? What's good? And thank you, Christy. Um, and all. And so, and it's gonna be more of that, tune in tomorrow night with me and OG Truth. You know, we get into some more, Kirk Cousins talk. We're also gonna get into some Hawks talk and a little bit of Braves talk. Hawks and Braves talk on, the sports tea on Wednesday. I will give you some more quarterback talk. I'm trying to have a couple of people on Wednesday. Auntie, mm-hmm, Auntie, you know, along with Senator Palpatine and discussing these quarterbacks on Wednesday. And we got more things coming today from the conglomerate, from the guys. This, the jump off, the start off for the week, y'all. OG, Mad Monday with the OG. And hey, good talk, good topics, good debate, good dialogue. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I always say, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep it real. We got to keep it dirty. We got to always keep it A. And most importantly, we keep it real with yourself. It's been Mad Monday with the OG, y'all. Y'all have a blessed one.